to the world. For help us to rebuild our country. Jiggy and march. But make we dance with it now. Come make we march. All Jamaicans, we are one big family. Time come for deliverance. So make we march in unity. Whether PNP or labor rights, our God loves all of we. We are marching on to progress. Jam down every all of we. Everything Melissa broke down, we are gonna build back. Well, on behalf of all Jamaicans, I just want to say thank you to the world for helping us to rebuild our country. Jiggy and march. But make we dance with it now. Come make we march. All Jamaicans, we are one big family. Time come for deliverance. So make we march in unity. Whether PNP or labor rights, our God loves all of we. We are marching on to progress. Jam down every all of we. Everything Melissa broke down, we are gonna build back. We are gonna build back better than before. Every house we broke down, we are gonna build back. 'Cause our God have blessings in store. Time come to rebuild together. 'Cause Jamaica is our home. We are stepping out of darkness into the light. We're gonna build stronger roof and doors.
Good evening, Liberates, and good evening to all other comebacks watching this channel. Welcome to another episode of Political Hard Talk. I am your host, none other than the greatest Laborite alive. Good evening, my people. Good evening. But my people, I don't know what to tell you this evening other than I am absolutely livid with the DPP. You know, while I am livid with the DPP, I am going to ask for calm until we hear the specifics of why she takes this decision. However, I am going to go as far, as to assert that this plea that they accepted is because the DPP want to secure the victory, and that is lazy. See, they should have gone to trial. That is my opinion. However, let's roll out the evening shoutouts and then let's get into the topics at hand. There are several. Sylvan, big up yourself. Winsome Nemad Shah, good evening, mama. Anita Earlford, good evening. Ivan, big up yourself. Beverly, big up yourself. Caroline, big up yourself. Marcia, big up yourself. Dorrit, big up yourself. Clive, Monica Tennant, June. Arlene, good evening. Mama Sonia, good evening. Sharika, big up yourself. Melody, good evening. Alric, big up yourself. Cheryl, big up yourself. Ryan, big up yourself. Dahlia, Father Victor, Pauline, Annette, big up yourself. Good evening to my beautiful wife. Good evening, baby. Cyan, big up yourself. Saya, sorry, big up yourself. Winsome Radcliffe, good evening. Money, good evening. Guys, I couldn't come on live in the afternoon. I was on the phone with Shanice, and Shanice was sleeping, cause me for drop asleep, my people, on the phone. So, Shanice's fault why I'm not come on in the afternoon. See? Anyways, we are here now. Paulette, big up yourself. So we are going to move to a clip from Nationwide, my people. Actually, before we go to the Nationwide clip, let us listen to what happened in the House yesterday. See, Corinne, big up yourself. And Darren Smith, big up yourself.
Please make welcome to her feet the member from St. James West Central for her contribution to the debate.
Madam Speaker, this bill entitled an act to amend the Cyber Crimes Act and to provide for connected matters is seeking to give effect to recommendations of a joint select committee that had been set up to consider and report on the act. While one parliament does not bind another, decision can be taken to implement work done in a previous parliament, but it's important for us to appreciate that work done in one parliament does not necessarily bind another parliament as a general rule, but there are incomplete matters that may be taken up in a new parliament. Madam Speaker, how we sufficiently provide for misbehavior in this age of technology is troubling. Bad actors may stay in other jurisdiction and create content that is published anywhere. And we have to grapple with.
You know, listen to this and tell Hardball, tell Mumasa, tell CDE Ingram, Hugh Blair, Hugh Richards, Gay Bryan, and Gay Stevens, and the list continues, my people. I want to tell them, say, then they are come.
Effectively dealing with those issues. The bill in clause 5 is deleting the words sent to another person and substituting the word publish. In a side conversation with the minister piloting the bill, I shared with him that publication in law has a particular meaning. And in the law of defamation, publication must be made to at least one other person than the person being defamed. This is not the defamation law, but it is seeking to do things in a similar way to ensure that those who create content that is defamatory can be published. Those who create content that is malicious and is injurious to others can be dealt with. I'm wondering whether...
Guys, before we play anything further, I must tell you guys that on this channel, we have been great advocates for the changing of this law. I'm continue to tell you, our government is a listening government. They are listening to us and our voices are being heard. Here it is being translated into law. Our voice. So big up on yourself, all of you that has been on here, people that came on the platform, people in the comment section. Big up on yourself. It is us that is effecting changes in our country. So big up on yourself.
The amendment may have an unintended effect. It indicates that it shall be a defense in any proceedings to the commission of an offense for the defendant to show that the image was published only to the individual depicted in the image. And I just wonder whether it could provide license for taunting and blackmailing. Say, for example, consenting adults are engaging in activities. The activities are photographed or videoed, and one may say, send me the pictures, send me the video, not knowing the full extent of what was photographed or videoed. And it is sent to the person. And the law is saying that it shall be a defense to an offense that a person publishes an intimate image of anyone without consent if the publication was done only to the individual depicted in the image. I would like to invite a reconsideration of this because I foresee unintended consequences with this provision. The law should not create a license for anyone to think that they can blackmail someone, send taunting images, haunt you, disturb your peace of mind. And that's the end of it simply because it is passed between the two people. And you may have said, send me the pictures you have taken.
This is not Nikisha, Sonia. This is MP Marlene Malawi Fort of Central, St. James. You know.
And that is presented as having consented to something being sent to you. I think it needs a little more thinking through. But Madam Speaker, what I believe we need to address urgently is how we deal with people who publish on the internet. On the internet, a number of fake reports are going around. Numerous fake reports. And you know they are artificially generated, artificially altered.
Guys, wanna see if you can get me to a quick 100 likes now. I'll 200 are we there. See if 100 on 50, 40, 3 more persons can give us a thumbs up. Get us to 100 thumbs up. We ask for 100 thumbs up per live. Please subscribe if you're here for the first time. See
some published with myself and other members of this honorable house in handcuffs. And they're going viral. In my case, Madam Speaker, I forwarded the matters to the relevant investigative bodies, only to hear that there is nothing they can do about it. Because, no, these are criminal actions, criminal conduct. Because the IP address is not being...
In my case, I'm telling you what happened to me. While I was blogging on TikTok, Gabe Bryan and his PNP counterparts, they hacked my Facebook. Posted on my Facebook a program of me and my daughter, a funeral program of me and my daughter, my oldest daughter, saying that this is why I'm not post my kids them pan TikTok anymore. Saying that we died and that cost my family and countless amount of friends all kind of stress and distress. And when I call down to Jamaica and contact the police, they told me that they could not do anything. Well, the law is going to change now. And the law will be going after these people anywhere they're in our world.
The IP address is not being shared, and the law is limited only to threats of life. And those who govern the websites are overseas, and they are not sharing the information. And people's reputations are being tarnished. You have children in fear because things are put out about their parents. You have lies being told all over the place. So the law really has to go further. Any law dealing with cyber has to go further. And the real purpose of my contribution to this presentation is to remind that our parliament does have power to make laws with extraterritorial application.
Yep.
It is something that not many people are aware of. But the legislature of Jamaica has power to make laws having extraterritorial operation.
Yep.
And I'm inviting use of that provision
Yep.
in amending the Cyber Crimes Act and dealing with all matters relating to cyber, where the conduct and the misconduct are not restricted to the territorial space of Jamaica.
Yep.
The harm is great. The damage is great. And so while I appreciate what this bill is seeking to do, I join in asking for something more to be done to deal with the real problem that is happening in cyberspace. It cannot be that we have a legal framework and those who are to enforce it are saying that they are powerless to enforce it because the law, they cannot compel anyone to provide information outside of Jamaica. The Parliament of Jamaica has the power to make laws that can apply beyond the jurisdiction. And I'm inviting...
You know that though? The Parliament powerful, you know? I bet you know.
that be considered for all reviews. Having said that, Madam Speaker, I'll just ask the minister to...
You know, I wonder how Jamaica have the power there, though. I soon tell you, no, like the audio play out. If I remember, me tell you, because we have a good look of time left in the audio. I don't know if my memory not good. I don't know, like, when I pause the video. So, we're going to make it play. But if you remember, me tell you how we have that right to make those laws. See?
Bring the other recommendations to the fore, because the police are saying that there is such a huge gap in the legal framework that they really can do very little in investigating cyber crimes. I don't know how many provisions have been used. I don't know how many cases have been prosecuted. But my personal check in terms of the effectiveness of the framework says that they feel powerless because they can't compel even the disclosure of an IP address. They can't compel disclosure of who holds an account, where an account holder uses that account to publish false content, knowingly, maliciously, deliberately so. And I would dare say criminally so. Invited, done to damage people's reputation, done to cause all kinds of speculation. I had a member of my constituency called me crying. My MP, is it true that you were arrested? Because a picture is circulating with you in handcuffs. It's not funny. It really is not funny. And then another call. People are pleading for me and begging for me because I've been arrested. And if you look closely at the image, you can tell the image doesn't have anybody in of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. I'm sorry? Well, I couldn't be arrested and be here in the house at the same time. But we make light of it. We make light of it. But the truth is that it is harmful. And these things do not just happen. People sit down and they fabricate and they utilize the tools that are available in this digital age. They distort images. They make up stories. They use your voice and your image. And the police are saying, Madam Speaker, to the minister through you, that they can't do anything about it. Because gone are the days when they could say to the telecoms company, give us the IP address. They are telling them that they can't get it without a court order. And then when they get the court order, they are dishonoring the court orders. So we can't legislate in vain. We have to ensure that when we pass laws, they can be enforced. And those who are to benefit from the laws can get the benefit. So all matters dealing with the cyberspace must be able to reach beyond the territorial jurisdiction to where the harm is committed. And the Parliament of Jamaica has the power to do so under the Jamaica Independence Act, which is one of our constitutional instruments. That is the extent of my contribution on this.
So, let me just roll out the rest and shout out them for persons who just turn up. I lowly pound still in mighty father. Not even remember when I stop. I think I stopped at Ivy. So, Mama Marcia Allen, good evening. Mama Michelle 1000, good evening. Sharon, big up yourself. Winford, big up yourself. Dolores, Antia, Bertie, Pauline. Who else is here? Audrey, big up yourself. Lawrence, MDL, Mama MDL, good evening. Kay Clark, Carl Fisher, One Piece, big up yourself. Francine, big up yourself. Mama White Style, good evening. Mary White, or Marie White, big up yourself. Dahlia, good evening. Caitlin, big up yourself. Jam Down, Kirk, big up yourself. Arnold, big up yourself. Caroline Clark, big up yourself. Or Caroline Clark, big up yourself. Edwin, big up yourself. Hava, Audrey, big up yourself. Joan, Paulette. Who else is here? Michelle Rowe, David Freighter, big up yourself. Money. Sharon, big up yourself. Denise, big up yourself. Philine, big up yourself. Margie, big up. Parlene Reed, big up yourself. Graham, big up yourself. Esran, big up yourself. Sonia, big up yourself. Chosen General. Mama Leonie Lioness, good evening. Michael, big up yourself. Smart Lady, big up on yourself. Good evening. Jamaica Act of Independence, giving Jamaica sovereignty. Jamaica is also a signatory to, the international laws. Jamaica operate in an international space and we obey international laws. We also have loads of signed treaties, extradition treaties, and agreements to work across border with a lot of other foreign jurisdictions so they can come after criminals in our jurisdiction and we can go after criminal in their jurisdiction. Now, this change in the law, will make it more biting, when we call America and say, Mama Hag defame somebody in a Jamaica and we want Mama Hag. They are obligated with this change that is coming in the law. They would be obligated to go and arrest Mama Hag at Mama Hag's address, take her into the police station, process her, and start to prepare her for extradition to Jamaica to face the courts here in Jamaica or there in Jamaica. So that is what the new law will do, my people. See? So the persons who is out there maliciously making content to try and tear down persons, the Jamaican state is within its right. It can act, within the international space, and they'll be able to come after you now and find you wherever you are, as long as you're in a country that is signatory to, the international treaty, the international law treaty. See, They will come, and most countries are. Probably Russia, China, and few of them communist country there. That is not. But most country, PNP who are usually communists and socialists, they like to run away to places like Britain, which is, capitalist. They like to run away to places like Canada, which is capitalist. They like to run away to places like the United States, which is capitalist. I don't know how these people are communists and socialists, but they don't go to Russia and Venezuela and China and the socialist place. Them they not go at them the place about them as socialists. They like for them a place that is that is capitalist, right? So we'll be able to go after them now in those spaces. We'll be able to, go to the court, ask for, their counterparts in the United States to act on our behalf. They'll then find them, process them, send them home to face justice. See? So we're going to move on to nationwide now, my people. So now listen to this. And the phone lines are open, by the way, my people.
Now, there's an oft-repeated saying. It goes, nothing changes if nothing changes. And not for the first time, Jamaicans find themselves parsing through a report from the...
Yes, Mama Hag know herself. Mama Hag is Mama Sa, or Mama Sa, are the same person who them call Mr. Vegas call Belly Agrong. She shaped like 4 blue barrel, but we send things from a foreign come give family them. That's so she shape. She always had disrespect with Prime Minister and I chastise the government. And I tell lie. When she tell lie and propaganda now, we can report her and be time we send for her and the stress take her. She will mark her down look a bit. Anyway, we continue to listen to Nationwide.
It's a general. And recognizing that indeed nothing has changed because nothing has changed. Not for the first time, Mrs. Monroe Ellis has cited multiple breaches of the country's procurement rules, inventory management, lines of authority. It's not the first time that we're seeing a report like that from her. Remember COVID? Remember that famous sitting in Parliament? She challenged the health ministry. You remember. Off the bat, I want it to be clear that no one should be upset or angry or mad at the Auditor General. She's doing her job. It's her job. The Constitution vests her with the authority to do exactly what she has done, without fear or favor, without regard for anything else but the rules. Mrs. Monroe Ellis isn't the problem. The rules are. And it's time to change them. Because
let me just break there to say that while I am a great observer of the rules, right? I take it that these persons, when they get these jobs, they go in there with the mindset that they're going to get some big scalps. They're going to tear out some big feathers, and they go in there with the mindset that everybody is corrupt. That is how they operate. If you listen to Daryl Vaz's explanation of what took place, common sense should have, taken over with this right here. We are in an emergency situation, and the government has convened an emergency apparatus. There are persons set in strategic positions to manage and to treat with the emergency situation that is going on in Jamaica. Now, telecommunications have been dismantled by the storm, and we needed these things. right? We needed these things to connect. You see, the stress where it caused me. A hospital me end up in when me couldn't get to my daughter on a seat. I am sure there are other persons that would have gone through the same thing and worse. There's one lady that could not find her brother for 2 months. She kept calling me. Daryl Vaz did the right thing and common sense in this case. The Auditor General, while doing her job, could have overlooked this. And even though, it was left to interpretation because the guidelines and the minister acting in the capacities that he was entrusted with had the authority to get in these devices. We continue to listen to nationwide.
Jamaica exists in a unique position, as do most small island developing states. That position makes us susceptible to all kinds of shocks, all kinds of emergencies, climate shocks, climate emergencies, economic shocks, economic emergencies, health shocks. The truth is, we're vulnerable as a state. And that vulnerability means the state has to create rules, laws, that allow it and its agents the room to effectively respond and maneuver in rolling crises. And they are rolling now, think about it. Since 2020, how many serious shocks and crises has the Jamaican state faced? Think about it.
Good evening to my beautiful mother-in-law. Good evening, mommy.
From COVID-19 straight come to Melissa. It's just been an avalanche, a cascading sequence of shocks. And the state has had to respond. And it cannot be that we expect the same risk assessment and profile that applies in a normal procurement environment to apply to pandemics, hurricanes, earthquakes, and floods. It can't be, don't make no sense. And while it is true that emergency procurement rules do exist, my understanding of those rules is that it's still a multi-layered proposition that does not create the necessary framework to respond to the unique emergencies we face.
Good evening, Khaleesi. Maxine, good evening.
So take the procurement of the Starlink devices, for instance, which has been flagged by Mrs. Monroe Ellis. No reasonable person could argue that they were not absolutely necessary in the telecommunications black hole that swallowed up Western Jamaica in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. And I know we like to forget things in this country, and 3 months on, we probably forget how bad it was. I was there 2 days after Melissa passed. And I remember having to stop at one particular spot in St. Elizabeth, just holding up the phone, and I was surrounded by hundreds of people just holding up the phone, trying to make contact. Ton and I were trying to get through to the newsroom to relay information.
Monica says she don't understand what I'm talking about. So Monica, the AG, the Auditor General, has said that the government has broken procurement guidelines, meaning they have procured things outside their jurisdiction. Or the Minister Daryl Vaz have procured the Starlink devices that was given to members of parliament, councillors, government buildings, and all of these. They're saying that he done it. He got them in the country, illegally, basically. He did not follow the rules, the procurement guidelines. So that is what we are talking about. I am of the view that even if he did not do, because they were procured through where the agency they call, where they set up, that is now in the office of the Prime Minister. It was done through that agency, the people. And they have emergency powers to get things done right now, right? So it wasn't the minister who done the procurement. He was there to guide ODPEM, saying ODPEM, You know, ADPEM has responsibility to procure stuff. See? What they're trying to say, it is the minister that done it. But the minister has about 3 different responsibilities. And while he was allowed to do it, he did not. You know, they came through ODPEM, which has the authority to do it, emergency, right? So this is why I'm saying that the AG could have looked the other way on this one. Common sense, you know? But I long suspected that this AG, you know, don't want to accuse her, but I feel like she's a PNP people, you know. While she's doing her job, yes, we understand. You know, sometimes some things happen and a common sense, you know.
Information. There's an absolute blackout. So nobody can say it wasn't absolutely necessary to reconnect those people. We can't say that Vaz's intentions were anything but honorable. We couldn't characterize them as anything but honorable. As the Energy and Telecommunications Minister responding in a crisis. And the Auditor General herself does not suggest that he had the very best intentions. But she does find that the rules were breached. And as I was coming and I was reading through, I was saying to myself, does Mark in St. Elizabeth or Don in Westmoreland care about that rule?
I don't. Does who has to care about the procurement rule in a disaster like this, where internet tear down, phone tear down, everything tear down, and you wanted connection to speak to your loved ones? Who cared about procurement process then? I care zero. Exactly. Lifestyle. No one cares. See? And what the minister did in his capacity to encourage DPEM to get these things, he did the right thing. See? And I would implore him to do it 1,000 other times. See?
Where no impropriety has been found. In other words, a breach of the rules in and of itself without more. Do those people care about that? Or do they care that in the immediate aftermath, swallowed up by a telecommunications black hole, they were able to make contact? I'm willing to bet that they cared that they were able to make contact, far more than they cared that the rule was breached. What they care about is the fact that the state was able to deliver a critical service in the time of a crisis, as it ought to. That is the expectation. You can't tell people who are suffering that there are rules and we have to follow the rules. You can't do that because they'll care very little. And they'll ask the reasonable question. Why doesn't the rule allow for proper service delivery, for my government to respond, for my state to respond? And so it seems to me that the rule must be changed. Because accountability is important, it is true. But surely, in the quest for accountability, we have to accept our unique circumstance. And I think if from 2020 to now has taught us anything, it is that there's more to come. There's more to come. And we can't keep going through this horse and pony show. That there's an emergency. The people.
While we're on this topic, my people, let me just segue a little bit and tell you that Mark Golding is refusing to move Dennis Garden. What a shocker, my people. What a surprise. You know the surprise that naga happen. You know the surprise? Mr. Integrity Boss, who has the utmost integrity and have the most integrity on planet Earth. You know surprise? Say, he now move Dennis Garden. Because I am very, very surprised. Anyway, we continue to listen.
Who are in authority and who are responsible act in a crisis And people who have had to respond in crisis will tell you, I remember former President George W. Bush, he called it the fog of war. Obviously on 9/11, he faced a much greater crisis, but you get the picture. Just to stay on that example a little while longer, I recall the former vice president, when the White House could not make contact with the commander-in-chief, Bush, because they were busy flying him all over trying to detect what was going to happen and where would be best to save him. And a plane was identified as being on its way to Washington. And they couldn't reach the commander-in-chief, and the Navy asked the vice president, the Air Force rather, asked the vice president, should we shoot it down? And he said it was the most difficult decision he had ever had to make. And he said, yes, shoot it down. A commercial airliner. Again, far different in terms of the scale of the crisis. But you get the picture. It's that leaders have to make decisions in crises that they think is best to secure the best outcome.
That is why we elect
and that's
them to
not
be
always
leaders.
easy. And so the rules.
This is why we elect them to be leaders, to act on our behalf. And this is why we must have people who have, good mindset. We must have people who act in the best interest of the people, not in the best interest of themselves. Because everything that Mark Golding does is best interest of self and saving himself. Because right now, Mark Golding does not have the bucketive of the entire PNP. So the people them that is around him, he can't get rid of them. See? Big up Daryl Vaz. And I believe that my Prime Minister, if you listen to me, bossy, please don't allow Daryl Vaz to resign at the next election. Allow him to tell him say we want him. The people need him. We need him. West Portland need him. And we need him. See, we cannot allow a minister like that to go away. He's still young in our eyes. We need to keep him. See? So no talk to him for with it.
Have to accommodate those emergencies. So why haven't they changed the rules? Because they're the ones complaining, the policymakers, they're the ones complaining, and they have custody of the rules. They can change them. It's because there are people in this country who posture in a way that suggests that everybody's a thief.
Exactly.
And any attempt to make things more efficient means you must be a thief.
Yep.
Nobody wants that. There are people in the media who, I assume, understand, and yet they run headlines and relentless editorials going after public servants.
That is a shot at Dean Dryhead Jackson, Lean Face Miller. A she man attack. Anyway, we'll continue.
Doing their jobs in an environment that's a crisis, that's an emergency.
Big up, Gene.
And nobody can credibly or concretely say that there was corruption. But there's this hint, nudge, the innuendo, the speculation. Tarnishes people.
Yes, he does.
And so, for example, that's why the civil servants, that's why they want to cross every T and dot every I. And things slow to a crawl. Nothing happens. Because they know that you call them up in front of Parliament and embarrass them. Nobody wants that. Politicians don't want to be called thieves. So they might try, get around the rules so them can, pocket taxpayers' money. They don't want that. But that's the environment that's been created. And so instead of changing the rules to allow the state to properly respond to the emergencies we face, we do nothing. And remember what I said, nothing changes if nothing changes.
Big up Arlene, Michelle, big up Valentina, big up.
So civil society watchdogs and the supposed guardians of integrity, they must give reasonable room now, I think, to allow for the crafting of a new framework, an emergency framework that can respond. Because I don't think we should believe that Melissa is the last of it. I don't think so. There'll be more. And there'll be need for more emergency action. So we have to create the room, give the room for it to happen. Yes, a lot of consultation on what it should look like. Absolutely, let's do that. But let's give the room to change those rules. Because it will mean very little if the state has multiple layers of rules, and after crossing every T and dotting every I, nothing gets done and people go without, or worse, they die. The government would have failed, all of us would have failed. The Jamaican state and its legitimacy would have failed. Because in that environment, and I've been saying this for a long time, people will lose confidence in the state and its ability to deliver for them. And that is where the bad faith actors, the dons, the pretended strongmen, that's where they'll take hold, and take root.
Of course.
Because if people can't look to the state to provide for them, then they'll look to others. Whether it be for security, whether it be for access to service, whatever it is. If the state can't fill the gap, the vacuum, other people will take the place of the state. And all the advocacy would be for nothing. Okay, you beat your chest, you get the headlines you want, you get the editorials you want, you get the commentators to say what you want. But then what is the long-term effect if there's no delivery of the service and all the rules have been followed? It's a loss of confidence. So politicians must have the courage to start the conversation, and civil society must give the room for it to happen. The modern challenges we face as a country requires a state apparatus that's agile enough to respond, and to respond effectively. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So it's time we change something. Let's go for the...
So let us get in to the meat of the matter where we are here this evening, my people. So let us do visual check and audio check. I want to check if, wanna see me properly, wanna hear me properly. See, wanna make me know. I was on the phone to Shanice this afternoon while I cook. And as I was seasoning up my chicken, I got a news alert. And when I look at that news alert, I saw that the DPP had accepted Jailan Silvera's guilty plea on the charge of manslaughter. Shanice had to ask me, awa, baby, awa. Because I start to cuss some bumbo pussy rascal. I beg no pardon, my people. I just knew it. I just knew it. That is the angle that they were going to go. And they're going down that angle because, like I said in my opening statement, this DPP, recognizing that this is a big scalp, do not want to take the risk of going to trial and losing. So she's trying to take the easy road to secure that big scalp. That is what is happening. She's putting her career over the interest of justice. I am reserving the calls for her removal. I posted on Facebook, but that I am calling for her removal immediately. I am going to take that down. I am going to reserve it until we hear the specifics of why she's accepting this guilty plea and the charge of manslaughter, because he was charged for murder, he was charged for manslaughter, and he was charged for using his weapon illegally. That would have mean that the manslaughter charge was already there, and he could have pled guilty to that from day one. But only now that the ballistic report has come back and it can pin him to the crime, he's now moving to accept the manslaughter plea. See? We know from reporting that efforts were made to clean up the crime scene and to tamper with the evidence. His gun was even tampered with. Somebody that knows about guns would have had to do that for him or instruct him what to do. See? The mere fact that he's now saying, and last night I said on this live, I think his legal team was listening last night, my people, because I said on this live last night, it better if he did come and tell we say, him and his wife in a bangarang and them a tussle for his gun and he gun go off and shoot her. That is what he's now claiming, my people. So I think they were listening to us last night, his legal team. See, that is now what they have claimed in court today. It is not in the best interest of the Jamaican people to not sought the maximum penalty for this crime. Is it because he's a PNP? Part of it for me, yes. I'm not gonna lie to you. But you know which part of it he must get punished for? We don't know how me stay when he come on to the law. And the mere fact that this brother was a legislator, he was a lawmaker, and should have known better than to do something like this. And he make it ever tempt him and use him. Actually, he is the devil. When you look upon him, sitting there, knowing full well that he murdered the mother of his children in cold blood. You know, when I go back and I look at her wedding pictures, just how happy she was on that day. You know, we man, we know say wedding part, you know, the ceremony part and the glitz and the glamour. We know say that for the woman there. And she was so happy. She was glowing. This lady married to the devil. She was sleeping at nights beside her enemy. And he murdered her in cold blood. And that is why the DPP should have gone after the full. She should have gone after him full throttle. But she wanted to play it safe, to seal the conviction. To say, yes, I, the DPP, secured this conviction and sent this politician to prison. But it is not in the interest of justice. It is in her interest and her career. And in my eyes, that is wrong. You look at him, holding on to his son, holding on to Melissa's son, and bawling, acting as if he's innocent. Knowing full well he murdered. All right. Me and my wife a fight. You know, why me would I even need my gun in the first place if me and my wife, I'm a wife that. And we in our house and we argue if we will grabble up and a scrabble, how my gun come in a play. Eh? Alright, me and my gun in my waist and she jaw out it. It's safety supposed to on. See? And me and her tussle for her and me ring out her hand. No shot not supposed to fire. See? Matter of fact, as soon as I come into my house, unless as me walk in my house, my wife attack me, you know. But as soon as I come in my house, me safe. Cause I pick the end there, you know. Me make my gun safe, I'm put in a safe, and I lock my safe door. See? So, you know, I'm not buying this whole thing that he was tussling with her and the gun went off. She's not here to speak for herself. You know? So we have to work on the evidence. But the evidence suggests that they tampered with the crime scene. And the very fact that they tampered, because if me and my wife are fighting, like me say, me and my gun and she jaw out here, me and her wrestle feet and he go off and he shoot her. My first thought is to ball out, whoa, and run go call ambulance. Or try to put her in my car and carry her a doctor right away. When the police come, me say me and my wife a fight and she jaw up my gun, me and her tussle for her and he go off and he shoot her. And let the chips lie where they made here. So what happened to the crime scene that was tampered with? That tells you that it was a bloody murder. This DPP has failed us. This DPP is not acting in the best interest of the Jamaican public. She's not acting in the interest of justice for Melissa Silvera. I don't believe so. I might be too harsh on her, I don't know. You can't tell me. But it is my opinion that she's not acting in the best interest. The phone lines are open, my people. And feel free to call in and we have a conversation about it. I am very upset that tonight Jylan Silvera is sitting in a jail cell thinking to himself that yes, I did it. It is possible now that I will get 3 years, 7 years, 15 years, the max he can get on a manslaughter charge. And I might be freed in 7 or 8 years where I can come out and really live my life. I am livid. You know, that is getting the opportunity to do that. Why Melissa, beautiful Melissa, absolutely gorgeous, 42 years old, young same way. And because of this guy and in temper, she's now not alive to see her children grow. Not alive to see her children grow. When I look at Jylan Silvera compared to Melissa, you know, Shanice is a little bigger in body than me. And when me hold Shanice 2 hands them with my 1 hand, Shanice can't get me from me. Can't get me from me. So I don't believe that Melissa Silvera was tussling with Jylan Silvera and his gun went off. You and your wife a fight. How gun reaching a hit? Apparently, they ended a fight. Because that is what he's now saying. So I don't appreciate what the DPP did today. And we have been talking about it over the last couple of days. And we did not want it to go down this route. But this is the route that it is going down. So we have to ride it out now. You know? Dwight.
Yeah. Roger.
Yeah, man. Good evening.
Yeah, good night, Pete. So I'm going to hear you properly.
Yeah, man. Me I hear you, man.
Yeah, man. I tell you, remember, say, when I yesterday, I'm writing a comment, you know. I don't know if you read it yet. If you go through it and read it. And I tell you the whole idea thing, but as long as a case in the hands of Brian's side,
Yeah.
it not going to turn out.
I will read the comment, man. I read it.
You read it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because remember when they were when they were appointing them, remember the previous administration never wanted to be the head of the jurisdiction, and it caused a protest. I started out the lie about that they walk out of court and say, well, if him not be that, about the strike. You know if you remember that.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so as long as the reason why that case they never try before the judge. Remember, I'm telling you because the availability of Brian's side. Because that them not wait for until get it.
Okay.
You see what I say?
Yeah.
And so said, so done, but I know not gonna turn out no better way. Because myself, I'm surprised, bro. I'm surprised. You understand? Because it's a man has to get every inch I love, brother.
Yeah, man. Enough to escape and he secure a victory now, you know.
I'm not tell you, man. I'm not tell you. So, boy, trust me, believe you, brother. I tell you right now, when I listen to me, I say, boy, you call Shantan and that come up me and say, trust me, I know I'm kind of feel nervous inside, brother.
Yeah, man, me and Shanice talk, man, and me just start chip beer clot, some pussy clot and bumbo clot now, because Shanice have to say, I want beer.
Yeah, brother, I know, man. I know feel, no true, man, not have them type of word, still, you say me, I do, but, brother, what do you say, brother? I tell the truth, believe in me, man. Everything that I prove, you understand? And you're going to take deal. Oh, that's good, brother. Boy, brother, I'm telling you, no, you just keep up the good. The first time I can't still, I'm listening to a lot of bloggers, you know, but, you know, I don't know, from about a year ago, I'm listening a year and 9 months after when I run show and see him, I say, you know, I listen to Virgin, I come over to Virgin, and from that bird, I'm just hooked, you know.
Yeah, man.
You know,
manners and respect.
So, yeah, man, so I just decide to buy me a car, brother, because I'm not like, oh, that really part, I really go with that. Just I know, brother, because I can't see. I can't see, but as I say, brother, we are right, bro. Once I Sykes have it, yeah, man, I eat that, man.
Yeah.
Like some more PMP, more Mali, as you would have said, yes, I'm not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I eat them in a way, brother.
Mighty God.
You know, so, anyway, just keep up the good work, brother, and I continue to listen. You understand what I say?
Big up yourself.
Yeah, man, so best of yourself, brother. All right, cool.
All right, enough respect.
Yeah, man, cool.
You know, there's no way the DPP should have taken this plea. If ballistic evidence come out and said this is the gun, you know, that killed her, right? And the ballistic match. His team done a ballistic report, the government done a ballistic report, and they have him on tampering with the crime scene. Tampering with the crime scene and the ballistic report is enough. It is enough to send him to prison. I don't know at all, Jet. Dennis.
Good night.
Man, as my boss, long time in a year.
Yeah, you know, because we're doing night shift now, you know, so it more time, you know, it's a bit challenging. I've been around, you know, because I've been listening sometime. I will give my little view and not a view, but I am around, man. It's just that because of my night shift, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm around, brother. But this is a very difficult tablet to swallow, you know. Very difficult one, and this is part of the reason why sometimes you hear people will say the justice system has failed us.
Yeah.
Yes, it's part of the reason why sometimes you'll hear people will say that there's a law for the rich and there's a law for the poor. No,
And that chain did I
for
say
the
last
life
night?
of me, I can't understand what kind of decision this, could have been made by our lawmakers. Because honestly, I can't understand. Because if two people, I don't know. I don't know what took place. I don't know what has happened in their bedrooms.
This is why I say me I go reserve right now from to say for ask for a complete removal, because there might be some things that we are not privy to, as is always the case. So we just work on what is out there. We are work on the basis of what is out there that is known to us, but there will be things that is not known to us. So because of that, that is why I'm not calling for her complete removal, the DPP. But, I am saying that I believe that this is lazy work on her part.
Yeah, Doge, but what we are say is, all right, there's so much, there's evidence there, because the gun, when this thing started, this man here, this former MP here, the man, when the police went to him, he refused to give them the firearm,
Yeah, so if it was an accident, why just comply?
Yes. And not just only that, but all right. I am someone on the outside just looking in. And if if the lady received 3 shots, something is radically wrong. And in go 3 times, I don't know. Maybe I might be wrong.
Maybe you have a semi-automatic weapon who can fire 3 shots at a time.
But dude, look at the structure, the size of the gentleman in comparing to the lady. It's still something is still not adding up.
It can't add up to anybody.
As I said, I'm a person I'm a layman from the outside looking in. Something is radically wrong. If you look at the size of the man, when I see pictures of him and look at the picture of the lady, you can't compare both of them.
This is what I'm gonna tell you.
You can't.
And it has been alleged by people in their circle that he beats on her, that he and her fight. So maybe because of that now, him go say, them attack him, she attack him, and people can attest to it. So that is the angle that they are using.
And it has been out there in the media for a while now that the child that died as a result died from the drone in the pool. Now it was today I am hearing again that that had something to do with her death. So honestly, this is really justice denied. I mean, I'm saying this, as you said, it could be other factors, but this one is a hard pill to swallow, man. Very hard pill to swallow.
I believe that it is lazy work. She just wanted to secure this victory. And what is going to happen now? He's gonna claim insanity. He will get probably 15 years. Then we'll take back it 2 or 1.5 years when he spend in a jail.
Two is gone already. 2 is gone already.
Take back out
So
so a 5 year that he might.
So him have. Yeah, that's just basically a slap on the wrist, man. This man should be in a jail cell, looking out, spending the rest of his life. Can you imagine? You have children. Mm-hmm. Those children are going to grow up for the rest of their life not having the love of a mother. When I think, let me tell you, I feel it for those children. You know why? Because I am a person. My mother died when I was relatively young.
Yeah.
And I know how it feels without having the love of a mother. My mother died because of medical reasons, yes. But I know what it feels like as a person that grows up without a mother. And those children are going to grow up without a mother's love because of their father, what their father did.
You know, there is several. See somebody I say if it was a domestic dispute, why him claim she died of natural causes. So them try to cover it up. That the DPP should have never.
They covered it, and that is why you see even the PNP. I tell people, you know, honestly, I could never vote for those people because can you imagine? And there were prominent people in the PNP who tried to cover up this thing here. If that policeman wasn't there, it would have been a different scenario.
Brother, yeah, what me have said. So what you think about the fact that the crime scene, blood and everything was well cleaned up, the work tiles we dig out where we change and whatever before them declare the woman say something happened at the yard. Because when people turn up, you know, you hear people did that, so they never see no blood. And as far as them claim say the woman blood internally.
Yeah, that is what we are saying, brother. There is so much evidence there that this DPP, we don't know her. I mean, I know her. There is so.
We have a female on the line, you know. Go and hear her point of view. Go ahead, Ivan. Hold on, Shane.
Yes, I was saying to my brother yesterday when I hear that is that judge.
Yes.
Is the judge on the case. It look like you people don't know about that man.
We don't see
you need to listen to the young police about that man. I hear that man go to a forum in Montego Bay. And the man said what the government is doing, giving people who kill people long sentence or analyze people long sentence. He don't believe in it. It does not make sense. Okay? So tomorrow, don't surprise if that man is free tomorrow because that judgment is a PNP sympathizer.
I don't think that is how it works, you know. I don't think he can free him because he's saying guilty, you know. They have to go to the guidelines. So whatever the guidelines is, however, then can give him a lesser sentence and the lesser scale.
Right, exactly.
Every time you talk like you know, understand what them cook up this, you know, they know the end result already, you know. Because you have to remember, so then wait till when Paul and Llewellyn resign before they take up back the case. And then wait till when that man available before they take up back the case. This is what the end result of this long time, you know. When them come out Monday and talk them foolishness, you know, after start from way up to today, you know, tomorrow, you know. If you add 13 years to that to Joel and Silvera age, when him get whatever, then give it the time. That's just a simple time. Him have a whole lot of years left. This man should have a look on about when if he do see outside. Him should have come out when him at 90. Him should have come out with it when him walk with a stick. I him wear pampers. You understand? And that is how our justice system. This looks so bad. The evidence, concrete evidence is there, and you want to tell me, say you just get up and you just give this man, you just give it. So what? Enough money enough, so why him can just easily just get away? Me know say if this was the United Kingdom or the United States, that the man they wouldn't even see there again. He wouldn't see there anymore.
Matter of fact, for the day I find no crime in there, Old Bailey. For the day after, you know.
I wonder where you people living. That man That judgment, Lego a lot of criminals out here.
We know about him, man.
Lot of criminals.
We know about
You
him.
understand? And when you got the police to have end up kill them, that same man is a wicked sympathizer for the PMP. And him wasn't Andrew Wallace speaking now. And the PMP them come down for Andrew and say, give him the position because he's senior there. Andrew wasn't going to give him the job. And I'm going no, but I'm saying I pray that man make case and go. May I tell you, he's a wicked man.
Soon gone, man. There's
You
inevitable change.
see the thing with the lady I talk about with young police there.
Yeah.
Young police are show some case in our Brian Sykes give people 6 years for murder. You know?
Mighty God.
Sad, man. It's sad. It's sad. When you think about those children, brother, when you think about the children, those children will have to grow up for the when we look and see when I look and see a picture of Jaila and Silvera in the church, a shed crocodile tears. When you look at the age of the children,
look on the back,
my God.
Your seat. Look at your seat up here. We have it. See in there, ball, ugly. Prison if it dead.
It's so sad, man. It's sad. It's sad, brother. It's sad, and this doesn't look good for our just when the other day when we look and see when we look and see where Maitland get, I say yes, things is looking up now for the justice system. And when I look now and see what and based on where we are heading with this one, it don't look good. It don't look pretty.
As you mentioned, Maitland, when you know someone disappoint. We don't want to go back and listen to what the DPP woman say after the case done. We don't really listen to what she say.
No.
Dojan, you don't need to really go back and listen to what she say. She never sound like say she convinced say she win a case. You know? That sound like disappointment to me. Go back and listen to what she say.
You're rough.
Brother, it doesn't look good, man. It doesn't look good for our justice system. For people on the outside that is looking in, it doesn't look good.
I am very disappointed that the DPP went down that route. But persons are saying that he would have to give some concession. I am not sure that is how it works in Jamaica. You know, but let us see how it plays out, my people. Let us see how, you know, how it goes tomorrow. That's all I can say. I don't know what else to say because, you know, other than me, I have to go cuss the DPP and ask for a removal. But after we see what, you know, it is because him plain saying that he's guilty of manslaughter, he's accepted responsibility that he did it. And if we have him banked to rights and evidence, there's no way. There's no way he should have get a plea out. No way. Should have gone to trial. We know say trial.
It should have gone to trial.
We know say time consuming. They have to get all kind of witness and kind of something. We know say stressful, but it was in the best interest of the public. It was.
Yeah, and as I was saying earlier, brother, if this man is tomorrow, if this man is allowed to get away, I give him a slap on the wrist, man. Jamaica people is going to continue to say this justice system has failed us over the years, and justice is not for the poor people, but justice is for the rich. You can use your money and you can pay your way into our justice system, and it doesn't look good.
Pretty much anyway in the world, I just few country really uphold their standards there and make certain say them uphold. Hold on there, Dennis. So the persons who are just coming in the live, please like up your live, please subscribe if you're here for the first time. There's several topics that we were on tonight. Mark Golden is refusing to move Dennis Garden. There's no surprise there. We know that Mark Golden is spineless and he's a weak jellyback man with two big titty and one big gut. We know. Big up Daryl Vaz for standing up for the Jamaican people and, you know, did his best that he could have done for us in the circumstances that we had after the storm. Something else. What something else I'm talking about earlier? Oh, the new cybercrime law So for persons who are abroad, people like Gay Brian and Gay Stevens that is in Jamaica, Mama Sa that is living abroad, Mikey Natural, and a lot of these PNP propagandists that like to spread lies and tell lies on members of parliament and regular jugular people like myself. The government now has draft laws to go after those people in whatever jurisdiction they're in. And, that is a good thing. So we wanted to tell people about that. Yeah. So back to the topic of the DPP. Go ahead, Dennis.
Well, yeah. As I said, I'm a bit disappointed, but I will wait the outcome tomorrow and, see what is what. But from what we are seeing on the ground and hearing on the ground,
drafting.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't smell good.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's it. Good.
Go ahead, Shane.
Honestly, the way me feel bad about this thing, is like me really don't want to talk how me feel about it, I honest truth, me tell you,
I me tell you how me feel. I don't think me sleep good tonight, That's how vex, baby.
Because everybody knows that this case is just another one like what you hear that girl they describe when she come down a yard with the gun in her plane mistakenly. Saying, and you hear she tell you already how the lawyer and judge and everybody just cook case. Saying it's not like she just pay money and it done and whatever and them something there. Yeah. So we know it's the same set of people that we are dealing with. We don't have to pretend. We don't have to pretend like we don't know where going to happen tomorrow. That lady now get no justice. Saying the same lady where them said dead in her sleep. The same lady where they not have no blood around her or nothing. The same lady where everything be clean and nice. So then that they say honorism clear.
Well, me can tell you no. If she's from the elitist community, from the upper echelons of society, and she can get justice, I don't think none are gonna be bestowed upon any of us who are the regular people. And that need to change in Jamaica. That need to change rapidly in Jamaica.
It's just a fact that, it's among themselves that happen. If it was some other thing, then she would have get justice against we,
Mm-hmm.
Seeing? Because that's what the system said, that you amongst themselves that happen now.
For real.
So, guys, them business,
Guys, even though I am still of the view that I am still asking the question, who, when I know they tampered with the crime scene, but I'm asking the question, who pronounced that body dead? Because a doctor must pronounce, when someone dies, somebody must pronounce the body dead.
Remember, say police turn up, so the police would have contacted, whoever need to contact, Remember, say police attend, but when the police attend, based on how the body was, him see right away and he alerted the bigger heads that something is untoward. Something untoward happened there. See? But we needed the trial to iron out some of these issues to find out what happened. That is what the child would have done, walk us through the steps.
Yes.
And
those members of the PNP would have been, they would have been very important part of this trial. You understand? Because they would have helped to shed some of the light to see exactly what transpired then. You understand? When they are being cross-examined. No, all of that now has been wiped away.
Yep.
So the tampering of the crime scene and the lack of these people, being able to testify, that is where everything just break down.
Me asked the question last night, I'm going to ask you again. Because it don't make no sense to me. And listen what I say. How does a man who commit a murder can get the chance to decide which way the law fall down upon him?
because he's from the elitists and
Elite in the society, yes.
he was a lawmaker. You know, that's why, you know, the law give, you know, unofficially special privilege to those persons. One would have to believe. And one have to believe, it is evident. You know, it is evident. When you look upon the whole thing with the Prince of England that is mixed up with Jeffrey Epstein, nobody can touch him. FBI, nobody can touch him. Him just have to go live out the rest of his life in a hide. That's it. But nobody can do him nothing. Nobody can lock him up nothing. Some people are just immune to the law and we have to just accept that. It shouldn't be, but it happens. You know?
So people who belong uptown.
Yeah.
So people who belong uptown, them have them own law from the man where live downtown and
I guess we have to go second,
because basically that is what it is showing.
I guess we have to go second for whatever and get here and call that punishment. You know, but in reality, him should have dash the key because them dash the key on cartel, and if it wasn't technicalities, he would have not gotten off. Ninja Man is gone to the Privy Council now. I am sure probably.
You know, so I don't accept what I said to me. I want to get what I said to him. I said to him, say, in charge of murder.
Mm-hmm.
So how him stay in a cell, change it to manslaughter and plead to that? I
know him. I'm liar. Them would have sit down and work out.
I'm liar do that, man. I'm liar do that.
Him liar don't sit down and work out with the DPP, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, based on this, based on that, rate. And because the liar and the DPP, you know, probably a good work colleague or something. You know, we don't know. We just speculate at this point.
You don't find that wrong? You don't find this DPP thing a bullshit?
Of course it's wrong.
But that's what we have been saying. That's what we have been saying. That's what we have been saying because, all right, the DPP and the liars, them sit down. As we basically, what it is showing now. Sit down and them basically plan a thing. And at the end of the day, the man shoot the woman. The man shoot the woman, you know. And is allowed to get away with just this few years. Because that is where it is heading now. You understand? And the whole thing where you should have had a trial. You understand? Where people are questioned, very key people to the case.
Here, when I sit down and say, I'm thinking of myself, Dennis. Because the case have dragged on for so long, and this brother is a popular person, and it was in the media, I am thinking maybe the DPP is thinking it's going to be hard to find jurors that are not prejudiced, so you now get a fair trial. You don't think that could have been an angle? Even though that should have been the angle that gone down because he deserved everything when get. But I am thinking maybe that's why they settled for the play.
But why? I would drag you out. Where they ended up with one?
I don't know. I can't tell you where they ended up with pan. Can't tell you Shane where they ended up with pan. You know, madness, my people. Madness. And I don't accept it. I'll be watching tomorrow to hear, you know, what really I go on. Because I want to know what I go on. This could have been one out of my 3 girl picking them. Somebody murder. I mean,
I'll you come up with the excuse now.
I mean, I come up with no excuse. I just tell you what is. You know, I saw your system stay. Me can't
no, to be honest, we don't appreciate you speculate that the farmer thing there. We not help them with nothing.
No, we not help them. I just say that could have been an angle based on my opinion. You see me I say it is not fact based. We don't know say that happen for certain. You see me I say? So I just say that based on my that could have been something that them talk about. You know.
I can't understand, brother. For the life of me, I can't understand. When I look at that lady, the size of the lady in comparing to that man that looks like a giant. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe. Let me tell you. I mean, just as I said, I'm just looking from the outside. No matter what you and your partner have, it doesn't give you the right to take up a gun. To take up a gun and you can't. I don't know. If I sit down and I try to reason it out and I try to think about it, I try to think about it in my mind, what could have happened in that room that could have led to that man firing 3 shots into his wife, to somebody who you lie in bed with, somebody who you say you love. You go before a pastor and say, boy, till love, till death do us part.
Tell us something,
and
Dennis.
you pump. No, man. I can't understand. I can't. The more I think about it, is the more I get angry.
Let me say something to you. And if more man realize this, I better fi all away. Nothing. No burn a woman or hurt a woman worse than when you ignore her. She want to reach her and she can't reach her. You just lock her off. That bun them hot. You don't have to put your hand on them. Then hit them to something there. See? So Jail and Sylvia should have never in this position.
Dujon, what could have led this man anger? What could have led the anger in this man that this man could have just get up and just take up his firearm? He not do nothing else, you know. He not do nothing else because based on the when they examine the body and all of that, all them seeing that the body is the pellets or whatever fragments from the bullets.
This would have
and
definitely been planned.
She had a broken bone or anything that you could have said, yes, them did have a struggle and this and that. No, we from all we have been hearing from this case, nothing like that. Listen, it's just the fragment.
If them kill her on the same day, and in that same day, they had different furniture, everywhere clean up, new tile. This is something that was premeditated. It was planned. There's no way the DPP should accept this charge of guilty by manslaughter.
Exactly. She was murdered the same day, Doge, because blood. Blood is something like if she, well, let me not even go that way. Let me not even say that. But I think she was murdered the same day. And they tried to cover it up by trying to, because we've heard a lot of stories, that the room was painted and they did a lot of reconstruction of that room and all of that.
All of that though, that means it was planned. And while the body was there lying down,
and that is why we are saying they had credible evidence to put away this man for the rest of his life. They had it, but they refused to look at it. From this case has started, I've been watching it, and I never expected this man to get away, get off like this, because based on what is happening out there now. We can. It is going in that direction.
She
it is going in that direction.
I think she believed that he would have got away from the ghetto. I was hoping that the DPP would have been bullish like her predecessor, because Paula would have gone to jail.
The first time you see this new DPP was the other day when in a Maitland case saying. And from see how that woman favor the fat one from up at JFJ. Me just know see one of them like a blouse and skirt nerd there where they sit down around the place with the eyeglass down in their face at school. Seeing where people usually bully, so now they come out and get a chance, you see? They feel like them as somebody. Anyway, maybe let's that part here when me want to really say until after the case tomorrow. Because you see, me feel about them. I don't feel too good.
Me neither. Me don't know. Well, tomorrow, if you work out that you not get something significant, me I go be vexed. And me I go call for head IDPP if get cut off. Not physically, my people. But I don't know my people.
Guys, I feel like it's justice denied. From what I'm seeing on the outside, I'm not saying much because the case is we still are awaiting. But to me, it seems like it's justice denied again. You understand? That's just my point of view.
Well, either way, I'm
I
gonna
could
get
be wrong.
something in you know, come off scotch free. So I that them I look on. But when me I say the punishment should have been greater.
But the man has snuffed out the life of the woman, and me say no matter there is a section in our constitution that talk about the right to life.
Of course.
So when you take away someone's life, the lady had children, and all those little children will have to live for the rest of their life without a mother and a mother's love. And you are going to tell me that him just get couple of years and just walk away like that? So who would be the victor in this situation? Who would be the winner?
You see, Dennis, there is an entity called God Almighty. Most of we believe in him. And you know, when him ready for strike, you know, there will be retribution. You don't know where you're yourself. We might live to see him.
Hey, Dujon,
Yeah.
sorry. But right now we can sit down and wait that the way I talk about.
No,
Slavery,
slavery
last before years.
you know, if God work in a mysterious way, something can come. But me ask you a question, when you try somebody at Jamaica, see, and if further evidence turn up later, you can retry them and add to the sentence.
No,
Okay.
because double jeopardy.
Okay, we have double jeopardy laws in Jamaica. I'm not sure about that. I'm sure we laws are built and pattern of the British one. And in England, there's no limit to where they can go if you come out for you as a criminal. See? And if you're there jail or serve a time and then find more evidence, back a court, add down penny time.
Yeah, well, all of that sounds good, but you see, for right now, you see, because we have to wait till when Bogle them and Nanny and all of them fight for freedom. All of them supernatural things, I mean, why in that right now? No one feels
We
reality.
understand. Everybody have a different opinion, and everybody, yeah, some people where we think say, no lock him up, left him, God will deal with him. We not say that. We say if we lock him up and then, you know, something like cancer might take him later on. Who knows? And that would be God working. You know?
So, but
cancer take one whole heap of people. Cancer take one whole heap of people. That I can't God work. Because one heap of people
cancer take people who never even commit a crime in all their life.
No, we don't say no.
Guys, when you look on it, and I say, boy, to the way, you know, this one look, you know, it not look good. It not look good. It not look good for our justice system at all.
Go on there, everybody.
At 2 o'clock you sit down.
Dennis, did I say something but me don't know?
Yeah, but me I say it no look good, man. It no look good. It no look good because you the evidence is there. Evidence is there, and this man is just this man him and him money. That me put it down to him and him money is allowed to just dictate what happens in the court because that is it. That is it.
So
and him just get a slap on the wrist.
Mrs. Timber say England have double jeopardy laws. Yes, they do, but they amended something where if they find new evidence, they might try again. See? But yes, they do have double jeopardy law. Hang up, Nicole. I will add you to the panel. Give me a second, let me add Nicole.
You see them two fat girl, the one at JFP and the one about DPP. There's something that sit right in my brain with the two of them. Yeah. And then two look alike though. I don't like them people that with low self-esteem. Guys, you know, a little more from this. Other people can just decide to do. Because what this is doing now, you know, is that this is showing that some people who have the money and some people who are prominent people in society can just do what them feel like, me
not feel like I'm money at play here, you know. Me feel like I DPP a bit lazy. That me feel. Just want to hurry up and get one big scalp on her name for make her name. That me believe say me also.
But how can you make that doesn't make sense, Dodge. How can you do that?
You know, make no sense.
Let me tell you, for me, good night. For me, I've watched Justice Sykes, especially watching things where the one done trial and so on. This man, I don't know how this man holds a position in this case, because there was one incident where a policeman, this man go against victim. This man is for the criminal, and I don't know who doesn't know that. If I had known that Justice Sykes was gonna be on it, I could tell you that this would have been the result. Let me tell you why. A policeman in the one done trial state that he heard 8 shots fired from a gun that holds 7 rounds, and Justice Sykes asked the gentleman, how can a gun fire 8 rounds when it holds 7? And he did not know that 1 is left in the barrel. So I don't know what kind of justice is in this case. This man show is unqualifiedness, or he's not qualified to do this. He's not qualified to be a part of a case like this. And him let go all majority, and he want to turn against victims. And if you see, we asked, we wanted the crown witness. He doesn't like crown witnesses. It's a man that there was crown witness, and he wants the crown witness to go to jail. So if he set a precedent for what is happening now. So if I had known that it would have been Justice Sykes, and see the other Klansman case supposed to start, and they took him from that and placed him here. So I would have known that this would have been the result. I don't think it's the DPP. Honestly, it's my opinion. It's Justice Sykes. He have been doing this for far too long, and letting criminal on our street, and we the Jamaican people have been suffering. I don't know. We need for petition against Justice Sykes.
Nicola.
Trust me.
Nicola.
Yes.
It is the state that accept the plea of guilty by manslaughter. Them, I bring him to a court. After them accept it, then the judge ratify it. See? Whatever him will do after, probably gonna work against the best interest of Jamaica. But in this case, him being charged for manslaughter, it is the DPP that
so you're saying he has nothing to do with the choice of giving them the plea.
Maybe if them work behind the scenes, but we can't assume that. Maybe if them work behind the scenes, but we can't say that.
I don't believe that for a second, because as we say, the case, especially when the lady they come out and talk blatantly how judge and lawyer and everybody sit down and finish the case before a court date. I don't believe that. I don't. I really don't.
I think that I've seen this man does. So I one of the things I don't understand how one man can sit in front of 60 odd members and you try 60 odd member case as a one judge. Listen, something is going on in this country right now. This is a low blow. I'm feeling my heart is aching. I feel ill. Trust me, I feel ill. This is like oh my God, I can't even tell how I'm feeling. I'm feeling hurt. I'm feeling hurt to see how they are abusing our justice system, and it seems as if it just seems as if the system has set itself already. it has set itself. So we are only trying or just dreaming to see something different. Because to be honest, any case I see, I don't know if I'm wrong, but why is it every case that this man deals with, the criminals always get their way? And sometimes him tries to give them the lease of, no, something is wrong with this man and what he's doing. Something is just not right. You hear the gentleman state it a while ago that once him hear Justice Sykes, this man, everybody knows, this man him Lego criminal and he harass victims. That's what he does. So I don't know why them could use somebody else and we get the same result. Why it has to be him? Some people say I wouldn't even say the DPP because this man like him is, because it wasn't the DPP that was dealing with the Klansman case, one done case, and so many escaped, so many got away, and the evidence was there. And one man tried 60 members. I can't see through that. I cannot see through that. So something is going on where that man is concerned. I don't know. And I'm just speaking. I mean, a lot of persons might be saying the same thing that I'm saying, thinking the same thing I'm saying, but they probably won't say it. But to be honest, I feel like I had words to say it. Because just like the man said, everybody that Justice Sykes see, they do, so many bloggers do things on him. They call him Lego Sykes. Why we could predict that? We're not God. We're not prophet. But we have seen what he have done to our justice system. So I don't know how they place him in this case, in this trial. How him coming out. I don't know. Have he done a good job since he have been there? No. He have not done a good job being who he is. So why you put him in a serious case like this? They put an intern. I don't see how they put him here because them know say them fix him.
When you hear what my man said yesterday with the lawyer man, when him whatever I want him, the man said that the court have only a case, so it is in the benefit of them if we accept the plea. You hear what me just say? They must say they have backlog, so we supposed to let go the murderer. And that the man saying, Samuel's I want him, and that the man saying. So you want to tell me?
And yet still we are doing case faster than the last administration. Cases are moving more faster than the last administration. So they know what they're doing. The justice
system is limping like a man that has a broken leg and is walking like with two. We're trying to walk with two casts on his feet because this. May I tell you, man? I feel if I wasn't looking for anything else, I was looking for this man, this guy here. After they have tried to cover up this entire case, I was looking for this man. I was looking for this man to sit in a jail cell for the rest of his life. You know, and this lady who he took away her life. She would have, at least we would have, would have feel much better if this man was given life, but I don't know. It's very sad. It's very sad.
The only thing me I wish for, is that little fat girl there. Fear man, the same thing to her. Like we get one DPP if it do with fear case.
See somebody else say if he can get with somebody else say Nicola. I say if he can get with them, I'm gonna stop vote at Jamaica. This not nothing to do with Andrew Wellness them. This not really nothing to do with politics. No. And what people not understand.
All right, I was listening to saying this to say that I was listening to Karen's program. I was listening to JPU, And let me tell you, on the Saturday night war room, and Karen stated she called 86 lawyers to charge because the Mark Golding case where, because he's there, him not straight, but he's there. And she said she couldn't get one lawyer that willing to stand up and say, okay, we're going to fight, we're going to prove. They know that he has some document that is not right. And she said 86 out of 86 lawyers in one country, everybody back down. Our justice system is filled with the PNP poison.
We say it all the while.
Can do that. Filled. And when she cracked that.
That's cool. No right. We can tell anybody that.
And if your justice system is filled with a certain, there's no other way out. There's no other way out. But we are still trying.
We have to do something for clean.
But we see how poisonous, everybody fear, every single body fear. So it's like you're here and like you don't even know, like, yes, I'm a Jamaican, but at the same time, I might not be of value because I don't hold the position of those others. Put it that way.
That is definitely
because they get away with too much.
That is definitely the case. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up, We do 2 hours. I'm tired. So we're going to wrap up.
Yeah, understood.
We live in the morning. So we'll soon tomorrow. See?
Well, they will give us the cars and so on. Yes.
So
all right.
Yeah, bless up, guys.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
yeah, man. So big up all 278 persons who is here. Please subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. Big up all 244 persons that gave me a thumbs up. I'll soon in the morning. See? Big up on yourself. Much love. Show our labor rights.